What's up, guys? Yes, I'm wearing the same thing. I recorded this video on the same day as my last one. But anyway, the new food pyramid has came out, and I want to talk about it. And I want to talk about why it's really good and how you can use it to actually benefit your life. Like how you can actually use it to have more energy, have less pain, have better sleep, and just overall improve your life. This isn't about losing weight. Is about just having a better well-being, especially if you work long shifts, especially if you work night shifts like I did for over 5 years. Like, this is me. This is me. I've worked night shifts. This is me while I used to work night shifts. On the left side, how I looked, very overweight, very sad, and everything like that. That's how I look now. And it's gonna go back. We're gonna talk about the food pyramid, the new one. So basically, the new food pyramid has protein, dairy, and fats at the top, tied with vegetables and fruits at the top as well, and then whole grains on the bottom. And I like this. I like this a lot. I've had experience with this in the past. One of the best diets I ever did for just feeling good all the time. My skin was really clear, very low inflammation. It just wasn't good for lifting weights or really like having I need extra carbs. Was a meat, seafood, and fruit diet. I was on that diet for honestly like a little bit over a month, and I dropped a lot of weight really fast, and I felt really good. My skin was feeling really good too. Inflammation was really low, but your workouts are kind of terrible, to be honest. Um, and it's very limited amount of food, so it's kind of hard. It's also kind of expensive. Fruit can be really expensive, to be honest. It was also kind of hard to stick to because your carb sources are the carb sources I would stick to is just like I really just have potatoes, which aren't even a fruit, but like just eating fruit isn't enough carb sources, especially doing heavy workouts. But anyway, what are grains? Grains are wheat, rice, oats, corn, and barley. Now, not to get us confused, what are not grains? Beans, lentils, chickpeas, and soybeans. This is very important because I feel like people put these together when they're not. Like even peas, they're not. Those are all not grains. Those are actually legumes. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, soybeans, peanuts. Peanuts aren't even nuts. And peas are all legumes. Now, grains are wheat, rice, oats, corn, and barley. This is very important. So I'm going to tell you, and it's very important. This are at the bottom compared to everything else because they have very low nutrients. They have very, 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 very low nutrients. Grains, typically, to be honest, when I look at this, like when I show you guys what grains are, wheat, rice, oats, corn, and barley, I'm very, very low nutrients. I think the only it's just really carbs. These are really just carbs. I know everyone talks about chicken, broccoli, and rice. I think that's terrible because rice basically has nothing. It has like no real micronutrients compared to like beans, chickpeas, lentils, peas. It's such a like empty, to be honest. It's so empty. Wheat, now of course this depends on the type of bread you get, the type of bread you have. They have some benefits, especially fiber. The bread I eat right now is like extremely high in fiber, but most of the time, most of the wheat people eat is like it's really nothing. Oats, corn, barley, like I said, really nothing besides mostly fiber. Fiber is the biggest thing, and fiber is good, but it being at the bottom makes a lot of sense when you compare it to proteins, vegetables, and fruits. The nutrition is just nowhere near the same. But I want to talk about why was grains at the top? Why was grains at the top for so long? One, it was cheap. You gotta understand this was taken in a different time, and the old pyramid was in a different time. It was done in a way different time. So being cheap makes sense for being at the top. Self-stable, easy to mass produce, and high in calories. You gotta understand the pyramid at that time was done before The population was so obese. So getting in calories and everything like that, getting in calories was very important at the time. It's not really that important today. It's very easy to get in your calories. It's very easy to get in a whole bunch of carbs today. Not really a problem. Self-stable and cheap, I think, are still very relevant. That will always be relevant. So I wouldn't put those really against grains. Now, when you compare them to vegetables, meat, and dairy, they are lacking in vitamin A. They are lacking in vitamin C, vitamin B12, vitamin K2, calcium, zinc, iron. Actually, not only are grains lacking in them, here's the thing. There's something called phytic acid where it takes it away. It takes away iron, it takes away a lot of the minerals. It binds to them and it makes it hard for your body to actually absorb them. This is why a lot of vegans have iron deficiency and a whole bunch of other type of deficiencies. They eat a lot of grains. They also eat a lot of legumes. But the reason legumes actually has some phytic acid too, but legumes has way more micronutrients. So it kind of balances it out. They're high, like it says right, they're high in protein, they're high in fiber, they're high in micronutrients. So it's not as bad. Like it would be higher in magnesium. Beans are higher in magnesium. They're higher in calcium. They're higher in a lot of the a lot of the micronutrients compared to wheat, rice. So even though it has this acid that binds to it, it's not as bad. The problem with a lot of grains, a lot of grains is the way a lot of people eat them, they're so low in the micronutrients. Plus, they bind to the micronutrients. They bind to the iron. They bind to the zinc. They bind to the calcium. They're taking it away from you. They're not adding anything. So not only are there empty calories, they are negative calories. I know that's really not. They are negative calories, as in they're taken away from you. Something else that actually takes away from you, that isn't on this, but I'm just going to mention it, is soda. Soda literally actually weakens your bones. Just in case you guys did not know that. So please stop drinking soda. I love soda. And if you're going to drink soda, drink it very sparingly and not around your workouts. That's just a PSA. Soda weakens your bones. So if you're going to drink it, like once or twice a week, and that's about it. Just going to talk about it. There's also ways to get around soda. There's also ways to get around this phytic acid as well, is to usually have more calcium, is to have more magnesium, have more iron, have more zinc, to have more of these minerals so it doesn't take as much. But you can also just stay away from the foods because it's not really that necessary in the case, besides, I would say, fiber. Besides fiber. And there's also ways to destroy the phytic acid too. This is very common in oatmeal. This is very common when you eat oatmeal. Soaking acid like lemon juice or any type of acid in general, soaking, heating, all lower the phytic acid, all lower the type of acid that takes away from your body, that takes away the minerals from your body. So you can eat these things, and if you heat it and if you soak it and anything like that, like if you soak oats and Greek yogurt, the acid from the Greek yogurt will actually lower the phytic acid. Plus the calcium from the Greek yogurt as well, and probiotics all help as well. So the combinations of the way you have these foods matter. The combination of the way what else you eat with these foods matter as well. So you don't need to completely stay away from them because, like I said, the main benefit of them is fiber, and fiber is really important for energy. Fiber is very important for blood sugar. Fiber is very important for honestly just living longer in general. But like I said, they don't beat beans, they don't beat lentils when it comes to everything else, all the other micronutrients, because beans and lentils, chickpeas, they all actually have fiber as well. They all have higher protein, they all have higher metals that you need. So it's up to you guys. They're not like completely terrible, but they belong at the bottom. They belong at the bottom of the food pyramid compared to everything else. So I'm very happy. I like the new food pyramid. I like that they did that because they're really not that. Then the way most people eat them is very understandable why they're at the bottom. Now, when we get into how does this help you, right? Now, how does this benefit you? How does this help you? What can you follow to really change your life? And before I even like get into this, like if you guys need help with any of this, if you guys need help with your diet for your energy levels, if you deal with mental fog, if you deal with being tired, click the link below and let's sign up for a call together because I can help you guys with this. I have been working 16 hours, multiple shifts. I worked from the night shift into the day shift, and I have continuous long amounts of energy. My diet, lots of energy. I have lots of focus. I have found ways from being a person that was severely overweight. I'm still overweight. I'm in the process of losing that weight. But my whole thing where it comes to is I want to help people have more energy. I want to have people have a better well-being. It's not just about losing weight because I'm gonna be honest. I've met people that they're ripped. They are ripped beyond belief. They have terrible sleep. They have low energy. They have bags under their eyes. They are just tired. And this is because their diet. This is because their schedule. This is because they're just overall doing something very wrong. So if this is you guys, click the link below and like sign up, jump on a call with me. But anyway, let's get back to how can a food pyramid help you and what should you follow. First of all, you guys need to prioritize fruits, vegetables, protein, dairy, and healthy fats, or dairy alternatives, because I know a lot of people are lactose intolerant. So dairy alternatives, almond milk, cashew milk are all something you can look at. There's also low lactate milk as well that you guys can all follow. Now, when it comes to grains, higher fiber is if you're gonna eat grains, I should just go in for grains that have high fiber. Popcorn, oatmeal, breads with high fiber. That's what I currently do. That's what I currently eat. I actually have, if you guys can see this right here, I have my protein oats right here as I make this. And I've been recording videos for like the last hour or so. So oats, popcorn, really, if you're gonna eat grains, stick to high fiber. I think the new calendar, I think the new not calendar, I think the new pyramid is really helpful. But stick to proteins, and stick to dairy, stick to fruits and vegetables as your number one choice, because they're typically going to give you more micronutrients, and a lot of people, even bodybuilders, are just low in micronutrients, and that's why they feel like shit. That's why their skin looks terrible. That's why they're tired. Is because they're not prioritizing this. And then when they do eat carbs, they eat like fucking terrible carbs. Like they just eat empty carbs like rice and everything like that. So for the average person, or for the person that works long hours, or the person that works night shifts, you guys prioritize fruits. I'm telling you, fruits and vegetables, you also helps you get a lot of water in. So prioritize the top, but grains grains aren't bad either, especially if they're high fiber. That's my opinion on the food pyramid, the new food pyramid.